Hello and welcome. I'm Raziel, and I've always said if Games Workshop do something right, I will discuss it. I will say, look, this is a good thing, and we should discuss it, and we should, actually promote this more so Games Workshop sees what we want, rather than complaining all the time about what we don't want, because they usually go by algorithms and what's being shown up more, and it's a lazy way because they don't tend to check what the actual article or video is about, just that they're talking about a certain subject. Now, we've got the new angron model, and I will get to my opinions on that in a minute because I think I'm going to be quite divisive on that one. But let's talk about what else it says on the website. It says that the rules for Angron and Latara Sarin will be free to download. Now, I think personally this is a very good move for Games Workshop. I have complained relentlessly about the fact that Games Workshop are still not doing free datasheets for their games. Everyone else does it. Everyone else is happy to give out their rules for free and give out their datasheets for free. Conquest, Mantic, Wild West Exodus, everything is, you just download, you just need to buy the models and you get the rules for free. Absolutely fantastic idea, and I think that's great. I think it's amazing. And now that Games Workshop are going to be releasing the Angron, I hope that it never said it was going to be free, but let's just assume and err on the side of, not even err on the side of caution, throw caution to the wind here, and that these data sheets will be free. Now, and if we promote this and we say, look, Games Workshop, we like this is good, keep doing this, hopefully, because this is this is what the market is demanding, Games Workshop will start to follow suit and hopefully make their app for free, but you don't have to add a download code for the data sheets. You need to buy the codex just to be able to use your army's data sheets on the app, and so hopefully, this could be a good sign and a good step forward for Games Workshop. We've seen a couple this year, last year and this year already, of these good steps forward that Games Workshop have done. I've said about Kill Team. Kill Team, the starter set, is one of the cheapest I know of. I think it's actually the second cheapest, Judge Dredd being cheaper, skirmish games on the market at £67.50. I'm not going to complain about that price. I like my skirmish games, but most skirmish games are £100. Judge Dredd is the outlier at, I think it's £65. I got it on a Raylan game, so I got like 10-20% off anyway. But again, the fact that Kill Team is one of the cheapest, and you don't need to collect a big army for it, so you're not actually buying anything else on top, is a great step forward. And again, it's something that should be promoted. And you had the Mechanicum. I had to check my Horus Heresy books for that one. For Horus Heresy being a lot cheaper and about a lot better value than Mechanicus for 40k. You get the big tank for the same price as their little tank, basically. And you're like, that's a good move. And it's again, so and you get like 20 squad members for £10 more than the 10 squad members you get for 40k. Again, these are good steps in the right direction, and again, it's something that should be promoted. So, and the other thing I want to talk about, because we are talking about Angron here, and the free data sheets, again, absolutely good. I'm really chuffed that they seem to be taking a step in the right direction. They haven't announced a campaign book it's going to be attached in, or exemplary battles book, and I'm surprised they didn't announce that, to be honest with you. I'm surprised it would be, it's an exemplary battles book. No, it's a download. Again, good. Anyway, as for the model itself, I have come to a conclusion. This might sound quite divisive. Because usually I would go on some sort of rant about why would you spend £180 on Demon Angron when you could get Demon Angron for £100. Okay? It's up to me a fair argument. But then, looking at the demon models for Horus Heresy, the Demon Primarch models for Horus Heresy, comparing them to the models for 40k, I've seen something, and the ones for Horus Heresy made out of resin tend to have a lot more thinner parts, and they seem to be a lot more fragile. Even Angron looks a bit more fragile than the 40k counterparts. Same with Fulgrim. The Fulgrim for 40k seems a lot more robust than the Fulgrim for Horus Heresy. And then I sort of realised that maybe, sorry about that, the models for Horus Heresy are actually artisanal models. I think that's the best way I can put it. They're models not designed to be transported to games. They're not models to be used on tabletops. They can be. I'm not saying they can't be. I'm saying that that's not the main design feature. They're artisanal. They're there to be built, painted, and left on the side. Not something I do. Okay, I don't do that. But I do see the thing. I do see the interest in it. I do see the marketability of it. Aesthetics have their own value. You can see this in many other places. The better something looks, you tend to find it's more expensive. Food, clothing, cars. If it looks better, it tends to have a higher price just due to aesthetics. And I think that's where they're going with these Horus Heresy Demon Primarchs. They're going down the aesthetic route to make it look good, but not to be used. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing because it opens the doors to you getting the cheaper version and still using it in Horus Heresy. And that's it. And if you look at like I said, if you look at the 40k ones, they're made out of plastic. The models tend to look a lot sturdier. They look a lot more robust. They look a lot, they're made out of plastic. They're easier to build and to keep together. They're not as likely to snap as such as a resin model would. Even in the rings of a new angron are far more flimsy than the ones on the 40k model. And again, this makes me think that this design choice was to have it look like a model that you would put on the side rather than a model that you would use. Anyway, so that's just sort of my videos for today, and I hope you all have a lovely day. I hope you're having a good time and a good day. I hope the weather's well where you are as well. So what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on the, Games Workshop actually doing free download datasheets? What's your opinion on that angron, new Ascended Angron might be just an artisanal piece that you put on your shelf? Because, lower demand, they've got a model which can always be used as it already. So demand's going to be automatically a lot lower. I know people are going to want it. That's not saying no one's going to want it. I'm just saying demand's not going to be as high as the plastic version. And the same with Fulgrim. And maybe we'll see the same with Matarin. Matarin will be a nice looking model, which would be an artisanal model. And designed to be put on the shelf and to look good. Same with the new Agnes. Designed just to look good and nothing else. So what are your views and points on this? I would really like to hear your opinions, because I think it's quite an interesting subject. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. Like I said, I hope weather's nice where you are. I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you're all very, very well. And if you wish to save money on your wargaming, of course, there's Whaling Games down below, as like I said, for up to 20% off and free delivery after £20. And you get the points system, which is another 1% off. Off all models. That's great. I usually use it just to get the free next day delivery free, because I tend to buy a lot. Anyway, so there's that, and of course there's Forbidden Planet for comics, DVDs, movies, etc. All the mangas and toys, all the cool stuff. There's my merchandise: t-shirts, cups, mugs, and of course my comics as well. If you wanted to see Little Red Riding Hood with a bad attitude and a battle axe. There's also Skyforge, never forget Skyforge, a good friend of mine, and Patreon because of business. Bye bye.